peace, reflection. I love myself. Talk about some self-love today. So I was in meditation not too long ago, and what was coming in, when I'm speaking of I through this video, I mean I as in God and Goddess, Mother and Father, the most balanced high portion of all of us. So I was in the void, and it's completely black, and I felt this overwhelming sense of love. It was coming in through where your heart chakra would be at, and it was just like super deep feeling that was coming through. And from there, it was like the self-love was so much that it was like I loved myself so much that I wanted to experience everything. So that love turned into desire and a want, I guess, more to exist. And so what I was seeing was that love, that want to be, turned into a seed, and that seed was planted, and as it started to grow and bloom, when it bloomed, that's what everything is, was, or ever will be. That came from the seed, from that deep self-love. Okay? And so when I was in it, I was like, whoa, yeah, this is pretty nuts. And what it kept coming in was that seed is always within us. Always within us. So we can always attune back into our heart, into that pure space within us, to find the balance within our life, and then to grow out of it, to come back into that home base, the seed of self-love, and give us the opportunity to grow and flourish as spiritual beings. So when that was coming in, I was also seeing what I perceived to be the lower self was coming in and was trying to like genetically modify the seed and all that kind of stuff. And what was occurring was that no matter what the lower self was doing, it couldn't tamper with the DNA of the seed. Okay, and think about Monsanto and this space-time that we're in right now. I know they switched up and everything, not going to get into that right now, but it would have been like a Monsanto type of figure that was trying to genetically modify the self-love that's within us. And what it appeared to be was that they didn't want myself, or myself and everything, to tap into that self-love. But when I, meaning all of us, created that seed, we made it in such a manner that it couldn't be tampered with. Okay? So that is the pure divine design of the seed of self-love. And it's always within us. It might be buried away and a little more of a challenge to find it at some points in our experience of life, but it's always there. And if you have that deep desire to truly better yourself, then you're gonna find that seed. And when you find that seed, it's game on. Like you got the seed, you plant it within yourself again, and you allow that self-love to bloom within yourself, within your microcosm of everything that is, because you're a smaller example of anything that you're going to go through. That's why knowledge of self is so important to understand, because you are an example of anything that you will go through. Okay? And is going along with the self-love. I did a talk not too long ago on that walk, where I got a little more into it, but in nature, that it's, again, that design. I designed it in such a manner so that green is everywhere. Green is a very pure, very loving energy. So it's everywhere, and all we have to do is tune back to it. Come back to that pure source that we had planted within ourselves, to find the balance, find the harmony within ourselves, to grow, to flourish again, as spiritual beings. Our first existence is a spiritual existence. We incarnate, we come through a portal into this physical existence, but our first essence is that of a spiritual being. Even while we're here in the physical, we're still spiritual beings, and what we perceive as physical isn't even that physical. I'm not going to get into that much. I'll save that for another talk. But you can look into the holographic universe and see how non-physical this reality really is. It's just our perception and these electromagnetic reactions that we interact with makes it appear as though it's physical. Okay? So getting back in tune with nature. Right now I'm just between classes. I teach yoga. So I'm spending time. This isn't like the jungle. I would love it to be the jungle, and I am manifesting that in my reality. But in the meantime, I'm taking those baby steps to get there. So I'm spending time in an environment that has a lot of green, right? We got this green bush right here. We got my feet on the ground, grounding myself. This is extremely important to do. You need to ground your energy. To really ascend your energy, you need to be grounded so that the energy is stable, so then you can move it up, have that Kundalini activation rise at a very controlled flow. Okay? You don't have energy just like shooting off in crazy directions and stuff like that. You're grounded, you're anchored in. Right? And as this truck is going by, not ideal to be around. I don't want my DNA to be, adjusting to those sounds, but that's just the situation that I find myself in right now. Not that it's right or wrong, it's just what I'm going through in the moment. But I found that seed. And I planted it, and I love myself. So with that love, I want to share it with you. Again, tune into your heart space. Find that seed within you that is of that divine pure love. Plant it within and cultivate it, water it, speak to it. Okay? Watch it grow. Get out in the sun. That seed needs all the elements just like you do as a being. Again, study yourself and you can understand life. And that's, for the most part, all I got on this one. Just want to get that download out there real quick. But again, just to kind of wrap it up, the self-love, that is where, if you don't love yourself, then the experiences that you're going to go through aren't going to be loving. You're not going to have somebody come into your life that truly loves you, because they're not going to love themselves. They're going to reflect back to you your lack of self-love. It's just how it is. It's how life goes. Okay? So really tune into that. Get out in nature, even if it's, again, look at my surroundings right now. This isn't the most natural environment that I'm in, right? But I'm around trees at least. I'm not in a building. I'm not in a concrete structure. I got my bare feet on the earth. I'm soaking in the sun. Got air moving through, It'd be really nice if there was like a creek or something around here that I could lay in. A little hot, but yeah, get in nature, find that green energy within you, that seed within you, plant it, and before you know it, you're gonna be the most beautiful flower you've ever seen because you love yourself. All right? Yeah. Other than that, keep tuning in. Much love, many blessings to you, and I'll see you coming up. Peace.